Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to the second part of the RTT GAE Friday support call. Today's topics are right here in the announcement. We've got the waitlist procedures, milestones, conversions, and then we've got two other videos about preliminary and waitlist status and when your requisition is in approved status. And the invoice is, I don't know if we'll have time for that, but we can always address that on a third call, but that doesn't have to be next week necessarily. Okay, so let's, does anybody have anything to say or to offer or questions before we get started? And if so, please unmute yourself and speak them or type them in the chat box. And it would be great if everyone said hello in the chat box. Good morning, everyone. Michelle, Emily, Veronica, Judy, Kelly, good morning. Betsy, Michelle, great to hear from you. Amy, Tina, also. Okay, I'm going to start with the very first video. It's this one here, waitlist. I've got it in this tab up here. So I'll just start that, and if anybody has any questions, please indicate whether you want me to pause the video or rewind it in case you missed something. But other than that, it'll just kind of roll. All right, here we go. There's no sound yet. Okay, I'm experiencing some technical difficulties. This video went to a different one, so I'm going to reload it.
Hey, Teresa.
Hey, Teresa, thanks for the feedback there. I have an echo right now, and
I don't hear
anything on my end either. Okay, now I hear it.
And external coaching types. You should know, based on the requisition, some councils only have one type or the others. So I'll show you how to do that. You need to go into the requisition for the coaching. So here is under internal coaching. And then under actions, we choose to switch between internal and external coaching types.
Hey, Jose, the sound is very difficult to hear, so maybe we could just tell people where they can find the videos that Rick recorded.
External coaching.
That sounds like a great idea. I think trying to broadcast a YouTube video with two sound inputs is creating a lot of sound problems. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I'm going to paste the link to these videos. It's the solutions here into the chat box. So please copy and paste that into your browser. And I'm going to do each video as well.
So, Jose, the sound is still really buzzy. Oh, there we go. Looks like it's all better. Maybe we could just back up for a second and let everyone know Rick is out of the office with a family emergency, and so he recorded these help videos that are posted on the support site so that everyone can review the videos at whatever time works best for them. So just wanted to let everyone know that that's why Jose is kind of hosting and providing these links. Jose, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, thanks for saying that. I think, yeah, it would be best if we all went individually to these because, yeah, we're having too much audio difficulty. Okay, so everyone please check the chat box, and you'll see the very first link is the general link to the support site, and each one after that are the videos that Rick recorded earlier this week and posted individually. So I will stay on for just a little longer in case anybody wants to chat or ask questions. And other than that, I'll just invite you to go check out those videos. Again, please check the chat box for the links. So Sharon Pendergrass has asked if programs that earned a merit award can apply for them. Does anyone have an answer to that question?
Hey, Jose, do you want me to take that question? Yeah. This is Sharon. So merit awards can be awarded through a transfer. You just go to the requisition of the provider that has earned a merit award by increasing from a level 2 to a level 3 or higher, and select the requisition action to award a milestone award. And Bill also said, yes, that is available now. And that is one of the videos that Rick recorded, so you can check that out for a step-by-step. You can also look at the GAE documentation. Great.
All right.
Any follow-up questions to that?
That's the one that it requires you to enter an amount, right? With the conversions, you don't have to enter an amount. You just convert, and then the dollar amounts you have to actually specify.
So for a milestone award, you do need to refer to the Race to the Top funding overview cheat sheet that was provided by the state and input the appropriate amount based on the number of classrooms and if they are a home or a center.
Does that amount then get waitlisted so it can go through the GAE approval?
That amount, because it's a transfer, what will happen is if you happen to have money in your pool, in your Race to the Top pool, then it will pull from that first. And if you don't have funds available in your pooled requisition, then it will send an email to the QRS coordinator who will then be able to approve that.
Very good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my other question was, at one time we talked about whether or not there could be a report run on the programs who qualified for this so that it would be easier for us to make sure that the ones that previously had achieved it actually were able to access it. Is that a possibility, or do we need to go through that ourselves?
Yeah, so we actually have added a few fields, and I might let Bill take this question as well, but my understanding is that now we have the most recent previous rating available and the current rating, so you could run a report that has all that information. Bill, have you generated that report yet? That shows the prior rating and the current rating and the effective date?
So I haven't created that report yet, but I can. And bear in mind, this was made live, like a week or two ago, so it doesn't have that much data in it yet, but anyone who has a new rating as of the past 2 weeks, they will show up in this report, yes.
Okay, great.
Can you guys hear me? This is Emily.
Yes.
Okay, cool. In the meantime, too, you can run a report in Salesforce that has everybody's rating level. I know it's clumsy because you're looking at one and then the other, but you can see which programs have a level 3, 4, and 5, and then, you know, if you know, like, you can cross off the folks that you know you've given it to. And like I said, I know it's not super simple, but in the meantime, if you're really wanting to get on it today, you can do that as well.
And actually, Emily, thanks for that clarification. So you can always run a report of the current rating, and you've been able to do that in Sugar for a long time. But what we're looking for is the most recent previous rating and the current rating in one report, which previously was only possible through SQL queries. So we can still produce that report for an individual council if you're interested in that information. Just submit a support ticket, and we can do a SQL query for that. But otherwise, you know, for any newly updated ratings, that will trigger a workflow email that will alert the grant lead and the QI navigator of the rating increase going forward. And for the OEC QRS coordinators, can you clarify whether or not you'd like for councils to go back and award milestone awards for those sites who have had a change in rating prior to January 1, or if you want this to just be a going forward process?
We were under the assumption that people were awarding milestone awards as those were achieved, so.
I think that could happen, but the problem is that those milestone award achievements are not always immediate because of time, etc. That's where they miss.
Hey, Lisa, there's someone else talking at the same time who's not muted. I think it's showing up as Brenda Rodriguez on my line. If you could mute yourself, that'd be great. So we can hear Lisa. Thank you. Okay. Well, all right, Lisa, can you try saying it again? Sorry.
I will try, and sorry, I don't have all of my voice right now. I have not consistently made sure that all of them have been awarded, partly because of waiting for this process in particular. So,
okay. Yeah, I mean, before June 1st, I mean, I guess, you know, if you want to go back and look at that and award those, that's great. Think about your capacity.
oh, sure.
And all that piece. So, you know, that folks understand what support they're able to get from the council, and what you guys, how you all want to manage that piece. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, we were assuming it was happening all along. So
I could just say that I wouldn't say I'm 100% on that one.
yeah. Well, and you know what they say about assumptions, so so I well, I'll get there. So
yeah, thanks.
No problem.
Okay, thanks for that. Is anyone else having technical issues? Our GoToMeeting sent me 3 reports this morning about some technical issues that they were fixing. Well, silence indicates goodness in that respect. Does anyone else have questions?
Hey, Jose, if no one has questions right this second, I want to take a moment to plug a new resource for you guys that our Salesforce team created with regards to outreach. We had a council request a report for level 1 programs where an individual or someone has taken an initiative to create a Salesforce login, i.e. open up and try to at least look at the Colorado Shines application. And so that then they could reach out to those folks who may not necessarily be on their radar to talk to them about engaging in Colorado Shines. So that new resource is available in your reports tab, and the report is called, I believe, Level 1 Reports with a Contact or something along those lines. So I encourage you all, if you're wanting to do outreach and you know you're feeling like, and this resource makes sense, to pull that report and look at it and see if it's at all helpful in reaching out and starting a conversation with a program that you may not have talked to recently or may not have been on your radar. So.
Thanks. What's the name of that again? I have the reports module right here.
It's called Level 1. It's for QI navigators, and it's called Level 1 Reports. Let me pull it up really quick. Sorry, you guys. Level 1 Programs with Contacts is what it's called. So and so it'll be programs in your council area that have created a login. And depending on your council size, you might know everybody and know that information, but I think for some of our larger councils, it's helpful to get some, maybe to see who's out there. And also even for small and medium-sized councils, it can be a great foundation for a conversation like, hey, you did this in May of last year, you want to revisit it now? So if you have questions about it, let us know.
Emily, what teams did you assign to that?
I don't know. I'd have to talk to Dorothy. So I think for you at ECLA, I'm not sure how you guys are, where you might get the whole state, depending on what, like I get everybody because I'm not assigned to a council. So
well, I want to make sure that I can assign a team to that so that everybody can read it, or we could just assign councils to it.
Okay, I don't know how it would impact. I don't know the sugar piece of it. I just know for Salesforce that if I'm in Larimer County, then they only see Larimer programs, so that the report automatically generates that way. It should automatically generate council specific. So.
Okay. Do you have a link to that report?
Yes, just a moment.
Lauren asked if we were covering anything on the invoice today, and we're not going to be doing that in the presentation, but we do have some documents which I can also post to the support site, or excuse me, to the announcements. It's this one here that we first saw. So here's the invoice link. It's also a video and PowerPoint.
And I just sent the link to the Salesforce report.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was a sugar report. All right.
So it looks like we're not able to see your screen fully, Jose. I don't know if other people are having that same technical viewing issue, but it's looking like GoToMeeting is having a lot of technical difficulties today. So what we might want to do is wrap up this call and have everyone view those videos unless there are any other questions that we'd like to verbally talk about, because the screen share doesn't seem to be working very well.
Yeah, it's really sluggish on my end. Okay.
This is Judy Bailey. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have a question. I have a center that had initially crosswalked to level 4 and had no interest in coaching, but now they have a new administration and they would like to receive coaching. How could we go about applying for the funds to provide coaching to them?
Judy, this is Emily. Have they used any of their milestone award?
No, they haven't used anything, but you know, they crosswalked right away.
Right, so have they, go ahead.
Yeah, they just never used anything. They didn't feel like they needed it, but again, with the new administration, they would really love to have some coaching.
Did they already apply for Race to the Top through the application process?
They filled out everything, you know, in the QRAS and the PDIS.
Mm-hmm. And so do they have an application in Sugar for Race to the Top with an associated QI dollar requisition?
I don't think so.
So that would be the first step, is that they would need to log back into Colorado Shines and actually apply for Race to the Top through the Quality Improvement Incentives tab. And then they'll be awarded quality improvement dollars. And if you'd like, because they're level 4, they will no longer receive coaching directly through the allocation, but they can convert their QI dollars to coaching and actually get coaching that way, if that's helpful.
Okay, so they apply through the QI tab.
Yep, yeah, if they haven't already applied, then they'll need to apply first, and then you can go through the review process of the application and waitlist it if you don't have any additional funds available, so that the funds from the GAE can be approved. Or if you have funds available on your funding stream record, then you can go ahead and send their MOU so that they can gain access to their QI dollars, which can be converted into coaching.
So once they're waitlisted, do we as a council need to do anything more, or do you do the next step?
Your QRAS coordinator will review any waitlisted applications and approve if there are sufficient funds in the GAE and they meet the program requirements.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I guess that I had never done the application for somebody who crosswalked before. So, you know, it was usually, you know, getting the level 2 stuff done and then doing the application. But I see what you're saying now, to go ahead and get them to do the application. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Great. Thanks.
Any other questions? Thanks, Sharon.
Thanks, Jose. Well, and again, I just want to sort of apologize for this call. You know, Rick worked really hard to get these videos pre-recorded, but they are posted for you so you can review them. And he had to leave kind of urgently for some family matters, but he'll be back, I believe, on Tuesday. So we just want to wish him the best right now. So thanks for being on the call.
Yeah, thank you everyone for bearing with the technical difficulties as well. Hopefully we'll have those fixed by next call.
Thanks, you guys. And is there a sugar advisory group meeting today?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. For some reason, it's always on my calendar, so like in our team. So just thought I'd check.
Great.
Well, thank you for taking one off my calendar. Have a great weekend, you guys. And Jose, can I give you a call?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Bye. Thanks.